What if I told you there's a way to take one video you've already created and instantly multiply it into content for multiple platforms without spending hours editing? For creators over 40, time is precious. We're balancing work and family and other commitments. The last thing we want is to be chained to editing software all day. So today I'll show you the tool I use that completely streamlines my content repurposing process and saves me hours every single week. Let's get into it. Hey, if it's your first time here, I'm Rob, and I help creators over 40 succeed on YouTube and in the creator economy without burnout and without tech overwhelm. Let's face it, repurposing content is one of the smartest ways to grow online. You get more reach, more visibility, more opportunities for people to discover you. The challenge? Repurposing can be incredibly time-consuming unless you have the right tool. And that's exactly what I'm going to break down today. So here's the problem with repurposing content. We all know we should be doing it and posting across YouTube, Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever your audience is hanging out. But if you've ever tried doing this manually, you know how overwhelming it can get. First, you've got to rewatch your video and find the best clips, and then you've got to trim them and resize them for different platforms, add captions, export each version. Before you know it, you've spent more time editing than you did creating the original video. And let's be honest, most of us over 40 didn't get into content creation because we love fiddling around with editing software. We got into it to share our knowledge and our passion and our message. So here's the challenge. How do you get the benefits of repurposing your content without turning it into a full-time job? That's where the tool I use comes in, and it completely changes the game. The tool I'm talking about is Clip, and they're not sponsoring this video, but I just love it so much I have to tell you about it. It has completely streamlined how I repurpose my videos. Here's how it works. You take a long-form video, like the ones you create typically for YouTube, something you've already recorded, and you upload it to Clip. And in just a few minutes, it analyzes your content, finds the most engaging parts, and automatically creates short, shareable clips. We're talking about clips that are already optimized for vertical platforms like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Reels on Instagram. So instead of sitting there for hours trying to decide which moments might work, Clip does the heavy lifting for you. The benefits are tremendous. The first big benefit for me is time savings. And what used to take hours now literally just takes me a few minutes. I can focus on creating new videos instead of getting bogged down with all of that editing work. And another big benefit is the built-in captions, because that is a tremendously time-consuming part of editing. For vertical video especially, you've got to have captions because they grab attention, they improve accessibility, and they keep viewers watching longer because a lot of viewers don't watch with audio turned on. Clip automatically generates captions, and it's not always perfect. Most AI caption generators aren't, but you can very easily go in and tweak them if needed. A third benefit in my mind is the AI-powered highlights. This is what makes it really powerful. The software doesn't just chop up your video randomly. It identifies moments that are most likely to hook viewers. And that means you're repurposing your strongest, most engaging points. And of course, another huge benefit is just flexibility across platforms. Every platform has its own quirks. YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, LinkedIn. They all seem to want something slightly different. Clip gives you ready-to-post videos that work across platforms, which means you don't have to constantly resize and re-edit and re-export. Now you might be wondering, does this mean you just hit export and you're done? Not exactly. I still recommend watching through the clips and making some small adjustments, But instead of starting from scratch, you're starting with 90% of the work already done. And some of the clips are already going to be perfect and you don't have to do anything with them. That's the difference between repurposing being overwhelming and repurposing being manageable. Here's the key moment I want you to take away. If you want to grow online, you cannot rely on just one platform or just one type of content. Personally, I use YouTube and LinkedIn. Those are my two main platforms. But wherever your audience is, that's where you need to be. And that doesn't mean you need to work harder. It just means you need to work a little bit smarter. And Opus Clip has been a game changer for me because it's allowed me to take one video, like this one maybe, and suddenly I have 5 or 6 or 10 additional pieces of vertical video content ready to go. That multiplies my reach without multiplying my workload. And for those of us over 40, that is the sweet spot. We don't want to burn out. We don't want to spend every waking hour editing. We just want some tools that let us focus on what matters most, which is our message and our teaching and our audience. That's what makes a tool like this so powerful. It's not just about saving time, it's about giving you some additional freedom. So remember, repurposing your content is one of the smartest strategies for growing your reach and building authority online. But doing it manually can be absolutely exhausting and time-consuming. That's why using a tool like Opus Clip can be such a huge difference maker. It automatically finds the best moments in your videos, formats them for multiple platforms, adds your captions, and gives you a library of content you can use and show up everywhere without the endless editing grind. The takeaway is simple. Work smarter, not harder. Focus on creating great content once, and then let tools like this help you maximize it. That's how you grow your presence without burning out. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried repurposing your content for multiple platforms? Or is that something you've been putting off because it just feels too overwhelming? Let me know in the comments because I do read them all and I'll do my best to respond. And if you're ready to take your YouTube journey seriously, don't forget to grab my free Over 40 YouTube Starter Pack. You'll find the link in the description box below. And inside, you'll get the tools and the strategies to launch your channel the right way, plus some resources that save you time and headaches. Start today and make your content work harder for you. And then check out one of these helpful videos. I'll see you there.